Good morning, class. Once again, I welcome you to the next video lecture of class 10, and the topic we are going to discuss today is the functions of blood. In the last classes, we have talked about all the mechanism of working of human heart. Now, today we are going to talk about the functions of the blood. This will be an important lecture since this would enable you to understand the functions of the blood and the functions of the circulatory system in the body. Actually, the overall system in the body, the digestive system, the respiratory system, the digestive system, the circulatory system, excretory system, they all work in a coordination so as to sustain all the processes in the body. So this lecture will help you to connect all the topics together. So let us start with the first topic, that is functions of blood, and we are going to talk about the first function of the blood today, and that function is transport of nutrients. So I already talked to you about what are nutrients. We talked about carbohydrates, we talked about proteins, we talked about fats, vitamins and minerals. These were 5 nutrients which we humans take, and these are generated after the process of digestion. We talked that after digestion they will be absorbed into the blood through the villi in small and large intestine. So now these have been absorbed in the blood, and this blood has a first function to transport the nutrients. It will transport all the nutrients throughout the body. Since the blood has the ability to reach every part, organ and the cell of the body, so it plays a key role in transporting these nutrients throughout the body. This was the first function. Then transport of respiratory gases. We have to talk about this in our next class. So there are 2 types of respiratory gases. First is oxygen and second is carbon dioxide. We will talk about this in our next class. So we see respiratory gases are two types, oxygen and carbon dioxide. We take in oxygen. This oxygen, it actually reaches to the cells. Then that cell utilize it, produce energy, and then return carbon dioxide to the blood. This carbon dioxide is then released by us. The breathing in and breathing out process. In breathing in we take in oxygen, and in breathing out we give out carbon dioxide. But in this process which we see, the breathing in and breathing out, this takes place only with the help of lungs. But the hidden factor is that in lungs also there is presence of enormous amount of blood, and that blood will carry the oxygen to the cells and will bring back carbon dioxide from the cells, and in this way the blood is going to transport the respiratory gases. Then transport of waste products including carbon dioxide. So in our body there can be thousands of waste products, and the most popularly one are nitrogenous waste which is high in nitrogen content. Basically we humans have an extremely good system for discard of our waste. The first technique of waste disposal is by the fecal material. The undigested part of the food or the leftover part of the food is discarded as waste from the fecal material. But the other thing which we should take care of is secreted or excreted in the form of urine or in form of sweat. So most of the nitrogenous waste is secreted or excreted out from the urine, and it is the blood which goes to every position in the body, to every cell. It collects the waste from it. The waste is generated at the cells, because what does the cell theory say? Cell theory says that all the metabolic processes take place only in the cell, and when all metabolic processes are taking place in the cell, that means indirectly that all the waste material has also been produced in the cell, and hence the blood, when it went to the cells to provide these nutrients, to provide oxygen, at the same time it collected the waste and the carbon dioxide. This waste, carbon dioxide, was brought to the lungs, and then nitrogenous waste was sent to the kidney. This nitrogenous waste was sent to the kidney for the filtration and then excretion of the waste product. Okay, then coming to transport of hormones. So beta, hormones are essential chemical compounds in our body which facilitates the metabolic processes. There are number of hormones in our body, such as, we can name a few, such as growth hormone, such as insulin, etc. So growth hormone, when it is released at one point in the body, we'll talk about the hormones in chapters to come. When we talk about growth hormone, we need to take care that growth hormone is released at certain point in our body, and the growth has to take place throughout the body. Even the cells of the feet have to grow, the cells of the hands have to grow, cells of the head have to grow. So this growth hormone, though released at a fixed position, it is carried by the blood to all the parts of the body, so as the body can grow. And similarly, in the case of insulin does the purpose of controlling the amount of sugar in the blood, and hence this control of sugar in the blood is done by insulin, and insulin is secreted by pancreas. This pancreas is located in the lower abdominal region. I told you in the digestive system, insulin is secreted by pancreas located in the lower abdominal region, but the control of the blood sugar has to take place throughout the body, and that will be done by the ease of transport of hormones by the blood. Then we talk about regulation of body temperature. We all know that human body has a constant temperature of 37 degrees Celsius. Whatever be the climatic condition outside, the inside temperature of our body is always maintained at 37 degrees Celsius. And this 37 degrees Celsius is maintained by the blood, because it is the blood which can flow throughout the body, and with the ease it can distribute the whole heat throughout the body, and this equalized distribution of heat throughout the body helps in the regulation of body temperature. And then the last, that is defense against infections. So in last class, class 9, you must have studied about WBC. You must have talked about lysosomes, and maybe you are aware of antibodies. So this is white blood cell, lysosomes and antibodies. These are three important factors which help the body to fight against infections. Infections is attack of certain bacteria, virus, fungi, spore or something which I have not named. So the first line of defense is formed by WBC, white blood cell, that is basically present in the blood. Then lysosomes, which are secreted by the cells, and then antibodies, which is secreted by the body system to fight against certain life-threatening diseases. So WBC is the one which comes first, then lysosomes, and then if needed, then antibodies are prepared by the body for that particular pathogen or the infection. So all these three can flow in the body only with the help of blood. WBC, though is a component of blood, but it is a component. It flows throughout the body. In case of infection, when WBC is activated, it flows throughout the body through the blood system only. If lysosomes are secreted by a certain cell, it can also flow through the blood only, and similar is the case with antibodies. Though an antibody can be secreted or secreted at a certain point in the body, but when it is needed at some different region of the body, it takes help of the blood for easy movement throughout the body, and then it will help the antibody to reach that particular position and attack the infection, so as our body can get treated or gets free from infection. So what are the functions of blood? It's transport of nutrients, transport of regulatory gases, transport of waste, transport of hormone, regulation of body temperature, and defense against infection. So in this, we see the blood has an important role in digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, this hormonal system, and defense, obviously the body temperature. So this is, in our next class we'll talk about these other topics, the respiratory and excretory system. For next class we'll talk about respiratory system. Till then, stay safe. Thank you.